Right, I haven't got a clue whether this is going to work or not, but if it does, this is the simplest form of going live I can imagine. It's just a matter of, does it actually work? It's a different part of studio that I've never been to. There's people speaking, it's working. I don't know. What I can see means the quality looks pretty good. Now, this is just using the laptop's built-in webcam that I forgot I had. Totally forgot it even existed. And I was thinking about doing tomorrow's Sunday chat as a live broadcast, and then I thought about all the hassles I had last time. I presume people can hear. Obviously people can see, or they wouldn't be typing stuff. So I'm assuming the sound is also okay, because that would be using the built-in microphone, which I've also never used. So if this is all working, that was just so easy. It was just literally click on the webcam icon, type in a few bits and pieces, and hit a button. I can see and hear just fine. Thanks, Paula. That's what I really needed, is this actually going okay? If I'd known it was going to work, I might have had a shave, but I'll do that for tomorrow. Make myself look pretty. Somebody's saying they can't hear, but lots of others are saying they can. So if you can't hear, it might be your own settings. Yeah, perhaps perhaps it's set to mute or something like that. To fire my makeup artist. Oh, very, very droll. It's a pity this didn't work a little bit earlier, because I had Fluffy Cat sitting here on my shoulder pestering me. Right, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. It's obviously working. Thanks for people who spotted it. These are people that have obviously got notifications set, which I don't have. I don't do that. I don't do it because I don't use my phone for email. Unfortunately, I hope you're not still naked. As Dimitri's just joined. Happy World Naked Gardening Day. Yeah, it was a good job that flipping tomato was there. Anyway, this is obviously working. I'm dead pleased. I'm not quite sure. I've got some little green lights at the bottom, or a green light at the bottom. I'm not sure whether that's determining the quality or whatever. No, he's all dressed up now. Oh, goody. Yeah, I've just had one of those days where I was frightened to go and get in the car in case it didn't start, because everything I touched just went wrong. Recently, can't pinpoint exactly when, but when I try and log into my mail, my Gmail accounts, of which I have 4, you put the Gmail account in, you put your password in, and then it comes up for a verification code, which it needs to send to your phone, which you then have to type in. Well, that's new. And I thought, I'm getting fed up with it, so I'll try and stop it. Unfortunately, when experimenting, don't use your main email account that you use for your bank, eBay, PayPal, everything, wine club. That's my main email account. And basically I went into settings and I thought, well, it's got my recovery phone in there, so it knows what my phone number is, and it's got 2-stage verification, and that's set to off. So I know what I'll do. I'll take my phone out, and then it can't use it, can it? Because it's not there anymore. So I took my phone out and I can't get in now because it's stuck in a loop. It keeps wanting to verify, and it wants to use another backup email address to verify, which I then go into, log into, get a verification code, come back to the main one, type it in, and it says, we can't verify that it's you, so you're not getting access. So on my laptop, I've lost access to my main email account. There's nobody you can phone. Google for Google Mail does not exist. There are no humans ever. They supply a recovery sequence, and if that don't work, tough, you've lost your account, which is, I thought that's what it was. So big deal. So what I did was I went onto my phone to see if I could get at my email account on my phone. Not only could I get at it, it went straight in there. It didn't even ask for the password. That's why I don't like using phones for email. They do everything for you, and I don't like the fact that it's got my password stored somewhere. Yeah, but at least I've got access to my main email account. And then I thought, I wonder if I can change the settings on my phone. Of course, it wants me to log in, and when you log in, it wants to verify, and it fails. So yeah, that was a miserable failure. All the best from Whitehall's. Oh, Whitehill. Sorry, I can't even read it. So I was totally ignoring that. I was getting carried away in my rant. Hello from Italy. Green is goo. Todd obviously watched Tomato Boy. That's going to be your nickname now. Yeah, it's a good job it wasn't Fruit Loops, wasn't it? But yeah, Tomato Boy will do. People saying hello to everybody else as well. I like all that. This isn't going to be anything to do with orchids. It was just to see if this worked, and I just pressed a couple of buttons thinking the sort of day I'm having, there's no way this is going to work. So lots of people saying hello. What's happening with the wine saga? Guess what I need to sort out the wine saga? My email. I've typed something in on my phone. Basically, they did a reply and they said that Yodel have acknowledged that the package was damaged, the box was damaged. So I'm going to send you a new box as soon as possible. It'll be with you next Saturday. That's okay. We got problems with post. We have to accept that because of the global circumstances. I'm okay with that. So they said, we're going to order a new box for you. It will be with you hopefully by next Saturday. And in the meantime, I will I'll reorder your box. I'll send you a confirmation email, and we've refunded the cost of 2 of the bottles into your account, ready for you to use next time. So I logged into my account, and there is my refund. Has my box been reordered? No. So I needed to get back to that email and reply to it, which I couldn't do all morning because I couldn't log into my email. So just another little bit of hassle. This is all going to fall out soon if I get days like this. But I managed to sort it on my phone. But because I don't use my phone for email, it's now something I've got to do different. Whereas the laptop sits here, everything I need is here. I can get access to my YouTube, my Facebook group, my webcams, live webcams. I've got 2 peregrine falcon nests that I'm watching. One in the Bournemouth clock tower on the university. They've just hatched out 3 chicks, and there's 1 egg still to go. And then there's another one on Winchester Cathedral, which I'm watching, which she's laid 5 eggs. That's incredibly unusual for a falcon. Normally 4, and often the last one doesn't hatch. But she's got 5, and some have hatched. But unfortunately, her nest is on a parapet on the cathedral. And when it rains, she gets soaking wet, so she can't leave the nest. The chicks would just chill and die. So yeah, there are all these sort of things I just do here at this sort of workstation where everything is. And my phone lives in an entirely different part of the house. It sometimes goes all day without being touched, my phone, until I pick it up to take it upstairs to go to bed in case I get in emergencies. Right, what's everybody? See, there's me waffling away here, and there's waffle going on the side of the screen as well. I made an orchid update on the 19th. The nursery is here in Lucerne. They haven't shipped or answered, and I know they are working. Yeah, you have to bear in mind, like Burnham Nurseries, I think Sarah's there on her own most of the time. Arthur may come in now and again, I don't know, to help with packing the online orders, but the nursery isn't open. But nonetheless, Sarah's there. But their workload has dramatically increased because there's nobody visiting the nursery. Everybody's ordering online, and because nobody can go anywhere to buy orchids anymore because they're all shut, the online business has really rocketed, and it takes longer to pack things up, and then longer for Postman Pack to come and pick them up, I suspect, and then longer to get them delivered. So things are taking long. I think some people are taking advantage of this and actually just thinking, I'll do it tomorrow, I can't be bothered. Blame it on the virus, as they do. But it seems to be commonplace at the moment that parcels are taking a long time, and most of the customer service type services that you get with all of the various things, they're out, you know, because they can't go to their normal call center where they all sit in their little boxes with their phone and their headphones on, listening to Led Zeppelin. You know, they're sort of out of business basically. So it's all just not as good as it once was, and maybe one day it will be good again, but don't hold your breath. Do you have enough wine to last? Yes, I went to the little local supermarket up the top there, and I chose a couple of bottles of wine. I needed other stuff as well. I didn't just go there to buy wine. That would look bad, wouldn't it? That would be classed as non-essential, I would think, to most people. Anyway, I chose my wine and everything. When I got near the checkout, there's another little rack, because I don't go to that little supermarket very often, with 3 types of wine on that were quite a bit cheaper than the ones I had in my flipping basket. But I couldn't be bothered to go back and put those back and replace them. So I ended up getting both, the ones I'd already got and the cheaper ones by the checkout. So, but yeah, sorting out. I mean, my new LED grow lights that I was sent to do a video on, I did the video and everything, but I can't use them until I've got something to fix them to. So I ordered some little, you know, those sort of lights you get with a piece of metal that sticks out that you can put somewhere and it stays there, with a big clamp. The idea being that they can clip on the curtain pole where the indoor plants are, and then I've still got to get power there. But I bought them, and then afterwards, because I thought that delivery date's a long time away, perhaps they're having troubles. And then I had a look, and I've ordered them from China, haven't I? So they are going to be a long time. I'll get them when I get them. Alcohol, the most essential with these crazy times. Yeah, don't let it get to you, though. I can understand that people are changing habits because they're stuck, because normal things aren't going on, so you try and find replacement things to do. I mean, I used to be a really keen gardener, and under normal circumstances I'd be gardening, but I haven't got much of a garden here, and because it's not mine, I don't take much interest in it, quite honestly. How's my daughter been? Well, I can't see her, you know, for both reasons, both potentially vulnerable, but she's doing okay. The work that she does is pretty safe. I mean, she's a care worker, but she only cares for one person in one house. So she only ever goes to that place, and she walks. So no public transport or anything like that. So she walks to work at silly o'clock, something like 4 o'clock in the morning. She heads off to work. There's nobody there. So she can get there without seeing anybody. Gooseneck, that's it. Yeah, so she's okay. And Insa's done a video today. He's bored. Now, so am I. So are most people, I suspect. There's only so many films you can watch. It's why I don't read books, because I find the action of turning pages and looking at black and white bits in rows boring. The content becomes irrelevant because the action is boring. And it's the same with watching films. You can only watch so many, and suddenly watching films becomes boring. Doesn't matter how good the film is, you still go to sleep. But at least you catch up when you sleep. But yeah, and like Insa said, when you're bored, you end up getting less done than you would do if you weren't. And that is just illogical. It is totally illogical. Yeah, so yeah, yes, I'm bored. And now that I know this is just a matter of literally clicking a couple of clicks and I'm up and running, the only problem I will have doing a live broadcast in the grow room with the laptop is what am I going to put the laptop on to raise it up to a suitable platform level so that the camera is at my normal head height. So I know I get down on my knees out there for you lot sometimes, but I'm not doing a broadcast on the flipping knees. So, Anyway, Beatrix is tuned in. So I tend to forget that people in the different parts of the world, obviously the people, like, what is it now? Middle of the afternoon. So in some parts of the world, it's quite late evening or into the evening. And in others, it's sort of early morning. But there are times of the day when you catch people, you know, that aren't too far away. So it's nice that Beatrix is able to watch. What else have we got here going on? Yes, sizes of plots to look after. 1.5 acres means a lot of work. That is a lot. My previous place where I lived had 3/4 of an acre. That was a lot of work, especially for the last, must have been 8 or 9 years that I lived there. I lived there on my own. The kids just came round to visit. So, yeah, that was hard work. Right, that's interesting to know that Queensland, Australia, one of the places where there's some reasonable orchids in Australia, it's heading towards midnight. So for some people, that's not even late. For me, I've been in bed 3 hours by then. And then it's early morning, you know, somewhere else. So yeah, it varies a lot. Todd is 9:30 in the morning. Florida. I like that. Yeah, if you just moved into a new house, you would be busy. Yes. I should be busy, but some of the things I wanted to do today, I now won't, because the day's gone on. My enthusiasm for doing stuff tends to finish after I've had lunch. It just does. You know, you have some food and get yourself a drink sort of thing and go and have a sit down. And as far as I'm concerned, once I sit down, that's probably it. Getting up again is a bother sometimes. But yeah, okay. This is just waffling about nothing. Basically, it's nice to see people joining in and chatting to each other as well as seeing me. And I will try and do this tomorrow out in the grow room. As I say, there's a little bit of thought. I mean, obviously the laptop here is hardwired to the internet, but with this laptop and this internet, I don't need to worry about whether it's hardwired or not. The difference is hardly noticeable. So that's not going to be a problem. With this built-in webcam on the laptop, I've got very few settings to even think about. And the problems I used to have running my normal camera that had to go through a game capture card with settings, then it had to go through the OBS studio, loads of flipping settings to eventually get across to YouTube and try and broadcast. This doesn't have any of that. None of those other gadgets or bits of software are involved. It's straight from this webcam onto YouTube. It's just so simple. The other laptop I had, the webcam in the built-in camera in that was actually broken, and looking at the specifications was also crap as well. So it wouldn't have been much good anyway. But you know, just looking briefly, I don't know what it's going to do out in the grow room, because at the moment the detail level it needs on what's on that screen is not that great. But it seems to be coping with quite quick movement. So it's not a bad camera. Well, flipping ought to be the cost of the laptop. But yeah, it's there's people tuning in from all over the blinking place here. I love people in the States who think that people in the rest of the world know what things like PA mean. You know, I'm in Western PA. What the hell's PA? I don't know what that is. So I was just trying to make it can't be Pennsylvania, because that would be PE. You know, so the rest of the world don't necessarily know what these two initials actually mean. You know, if it was NY, I could probably guess. If that is one of those, I don't know. But yes, yeah, not everybody around the rest of the world, which is quite a large area, knows what all the states are in America. But there's a lot of Americans, if you ask them to name all of the states, however many there is, 50 something, isn't it? See, I don't even know how many, let alone try and name them. That's more like it. Good morning from Florida. Florida, we can all understand. The whole world now knows where you are. If your camera has a focus adjustment, like now the focus is behind you. Yeah, but I do keep jigging around. If I sit still, looking at what I can see now, I think I'm pretty sharp now. I'm just looking at that picture of that E-type Jag on the wall up there. I won that in the raffle. Don't think I bought it. There's lots of pictures around this place that I certainly didn't buy. Anyway, 145-acre farm, but we're too old to take care of it now, so we hired a farmer for the hay fields. Still take care of 11 horses. Oh God. Yeah, well, some people, you know, if you take on the work, I mean, I often wonder whether I'd be better off with one cat instead of two, but I inherited those. I didn't really have a choice. It was either I had to look after them or my daughter lost her cats. At least when they're with me, she still gets to see them. So, but yeah, I think, you know, it's like if you get yourself a dog, you think, you know, I'm on my own now, I'll get a dog. They're great pets. Yeah, they are. Yeah. And then you've got to go out twice a day, whether it's raining or not, to give it a good walk. They need the exercise. They're a bundle of fun. You'll get your whole house covered in hair. And I don't care how clean your dog is. When strangers walk in the house, they'll go, your house smells a dog. And it does. Same as mine probably smells a cat. So, yeah. So I'd love a big dog. Something like a German Shepherd or Golden Retriever's my favourite dog, I think. I prefer the Retrievers to the Labradors because I like shaggy coated dogs, and preferably ones that are big enough to sit on, not ones that you hold like that. Well, that's not a dog. Right. Twice a day would be nice. 5 times here. Well, you take these things on. I got no sympathy at all. If you take a dog on, you should know what you're taking on. I must admit, I used to, when I've owned dogs most of my life, except for the last sort of 10 years or so. And I loved owning a dog and going for walks in the country with the dog, throwing a stick, chucking a stick in the river and all that sort. I loved it. But then my lifestyle changed and I was away an awful lot. So the dog would have been on its own. That's not that fair. So the dog, the dog eventually died. So it became, you know, a non-problem. But Todd's in Tampa. Is that as in Tampa Bay? Heard of that. Possums are cute. I'm not sure you have possums as pets, do you? I know you can put them in pots. Anyway, I'm going to get going because time's getting on now. And if I'm going to watch a film before tea time yet again, then I need to get it started. That's one thing I don't like doing, is having to stop something like a film to go and do something that's like a necessity, like having my evening meal. So I either need to watch it before it gets to that time, have my meal a bit later, or leave it until after I've had my meal. Yes, Tampa Bay. Oh, see, I'm not totally ignorant about the States. I do know a little bit, but it'll only be what I've heard. Never been there. Not sitting on a plane for 7 hours. Right. Okay, people have been chatting away, and it's all working. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to let it go now. Now, on the other software that I used to use, I have to have trouble trying to end it. On this screen here, I've got a big red box at the bottom that says end stream. So in theory, all I've got to do is click that. So I'm going to say bye-bye, and I'll tentatively say that I'll do my Sunday Orchid chat as a live broadcast, providing I can get the laptop somewhere safe where it can. I must admit, looking at this screen, this is quite a wide angle camera. I've got a feeling out in the grow room it's going to get quite a lot in, you know, quite a nice wide angle. I might even go and try it in a minute. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Can I do it? Can I do it? No, not quite. No, I was just going to say, if I just pull all the wires out of the laptop, I could pick it up and carry it into the grow room and see if it works. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's connected up to my big screen. So I'm not actually looking at the laptop screen. I'm looking at the big computer screen. And that needs a change of settings and, you know, to actually get it to display through the laptop. So I won't bother. Yeah, so I'll hopefully give that a go tomorrow, Sunday. And I'll need to do an ordinary video, won't I? Because not everybody will have caught this and not everybody will watch it, because some people don't like live broadcasts, especially when you're just sat in a chair. But it is my comfy chair. Yeah, so I might just do a quick ordinary video to say that I am going to try and do a live broadcast tomorrow. And I see no reason, apart from where to put the laptop, that should stop that. Unless it's absolutely hammering it down with rain, in which case the noise level would be just silly. I don't know how sensitive the microphone is. I haven't got a clue what the sound's like on here until I play it back, and I can't play it back until I stop filming. So I'm going to stop filming now, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And you know what this has done, which is a good thing for me? This has taken away the need for me to think of something to film today, because I was having trouble. So as somebody's just said on there, I'll repeat it again. Stay at home, stay safe. And if you have to go out, the expression is treat everyone you see as a hostile. Deal with them accordingly. What was the expression? 3 rounds, dead center. Oh, good old days. Anyway, I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining in, those that have. And yeah, doesn't mean that Inter needs to be supervised. Oh, we all need supervision now and again. I mean, you know, I need to be watched, or I get up to all sorts of weird and wonderful things, especially at night. See you tomorrow.